Nintendo 64 Retrospective in under 3 minutes. The Nintendo 64 was Nintendo's third home console, which launched in 1996 in Japan and North America and 1997 for the rest of the world. The N64's big rise to fame was in fact that it was the first truly 64-bit console on the market, meaning that the console can truly offer memorable 3D experiences to the user. And memorable experiences it did offer, with games such as Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, Majora's Mask, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, and the list goes on. And we could play all these games on the N64 using this controller, and today we can clown this controller all we want, but for the time it was really innovative and really exciting to use. But despite all the innovation that the N64 brought with it, it kind of failed in the sense. It was the lowest selling Nintendo console at the time, selling 32.93 million units by the end of its lifespan. But why is this the case? Well, one of the factors that contributed to this low sales figure is the format that the games came on. With so many consoles moving to the CD format at the time, Nintendo decided to just stick with their cartridges. And with this decision, many third-party developers simply didn't put their games on N64 due to the limited cartridge capacity. While a CD at the time could hold up to 700 megabytes of storage, a Nintendo 64 cartridge at max can hold 64 megabytes of storage, which is significantly less, therefore making it hard for third-party developers to port their games over to this console. But other than the cartridge situation, one of the main factors that contributed to the low sales of the N64 was the lack of first-party titles on the system. And I mean this in the sense of how frequently they were releasing first-party titles on the N64, because on this console there would be periods of time where it would take months for another first-party title to be released. And to see this issue, let's look at the first full year of this console's life, in 1997. There was only 6 first-party games released on the N64 throughout the entire year. And don't get me wrong, these games are quality, but for your first year of the console's life, I feel like you should have more games to put out. And since third-party developers were not swooping in and filling in these gaps, it made it hard to justify purchasing an N64. Because at the end of the day, this is a video game console, not a decorative piece for your home. But despite these shortcomings, the N64 was an influential console in its day and has influenced a lot of gaming today. But what do you guys think? Is the N64 still enjoyable to play today? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this type of content, like and follow for more.